It all started with a single photograph. Sometimes a single image can capture a moment, a mood, or even ignite a cultural firestorm. This was one of those times, a photograph that would soon be seen and discussed by millions. In December 2025, Vanity Fair published a high-profile portfolio on President Trump's second administration, featuring Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. The magazine, known for its bold covers and in-depth features, dedicated several glossy pages to the new faces shaping the White House. Among them, Leavitt stood out, not just for her position, but for the image that would soon dominate headlines. At just 28, Leavitt's demanding role put her in the spotlight, but it was one close-up portrait that set the internet ablaze. The pressures of her job were already immense, but nothing could have prepared her for the wave of attention that followed this particular photo. The image, shot by renowned photographer Christopher Anderson, was raw and unfiltered, showing small, dark marks along her upper lip. Unlike the polished, airbrushed portraits we're used to seeing, this photo revealed every detail, intentional or not, sparking immediate curiosity and speculation. Social media erupted, with users speculating these were signs of recent lip filler injections. Within hours, the photo was trending, with thousands of comments dissecting every pixel. Some users zoomed in, drawing red circles and arrows, while others shared their own theories or personal experiences. The conversation quickly shifted from observation to a heated debate about cosmetic procedures, media ethics, and the relentless scrutiny faced by women in politics. Talk shows, podcasts, and online forums all weighed in, turning a simple portrait into a national talking point. Vanity Fair's moniker for Leavitt, the Mouthpiece, took on new meaning as the photo went viral. The nickname, once a nod to her role as the administration's spokesperson, now became a double entendre, fueling memes and think pieces across the internet. Many accused the magazine of choosing an unflattering image to make a statement, fueling controversy. Critics questioned whether the editorial decision was a subtle act of sabotage or simply a commitment to authenticity. Supporters and detractors clashed online, each side convinced of their own interpretation. The photo became a symbol of our culture's obsession with beauty standards and the pressures on women in power. It highlighted how female leaders are often judged not just for their words or actions, but for their appearance, down to the smallest detail. What began as a press secretary's portrait became a flashpoint for discussions about image, perception, and power in the modern age. In the end, the photograph was more than just a picture. It was a mirror reflecting society's values, biases, and the ongoing struggle for women to define themselves on their own terms. The photograph's impact lay in its detail. High definition, it revealed small, reddish-brown dots along Leavitt's upper lip, marks that looked like injection points. The glossy lip finish, meant to be glamorous, instead highlighted these marks under bright studio lights. Rather than concealing imperfections, the gloss magnified them, making the photo's intent a subject of debate. This wasn't a casual snapshot, it was a carefully orchestrated portrait for a major magazine. Why would Vanity Fair select a frame that exposed such details, breaking the usual rules of flattering portraiture? The ambiguity of the image invited endless speculation. Was it a subtle editorial statement, or just an unfortunate coincidence? The photo became a Rorschach test, reflecting viewers' biases about media, politics, and beauty. As debate raged across television screens and social media feeds, the photo in question became a lightning rod for public scrutiny. Media outlets scrambled to gather expert opinions, eager to decode the subtle clues hidden in the image and provide clarity to a curious audience. In the world of beauty media, such imperfections are almost always airbrushed away. Leaving them visible was a striking editorial decision that challenged industry norms. Lip fillers, typically made from hyaluronic acid, are injected to plump and shape the lips. The process often leaves behind tiny puncture marks or slight swelling, which are usually temporary but unmistakable to a trained eye. Dr. Jeffrey Lisiecki, a board-certified plastic surgeon, explained that these fine needles create small marks or bruises, which can linger for a day or two after the procedure, sometimes longer, depending on skin sensitivity. For some, a skilled makeup artist can easily conceal these marks with a touch of concealer or foundation, blending them seamlessly into the skin. For others, especially when photographed under harsh studio lighting or high-definition cameras, even the best makeup can struggle to hide every detail, causing imperfections to stand out. The choice of a high-shine gloss in the photo only amplified the effect, as the reflective surface made the marks more pronounced and drew the viewer's eye directly to them. A matte lipstick, by contrast, would have absorbed the light and helped disguise any imperfections, but the gloss accentuated every detail, making the marks impossible to ignore. Whether this was a deliberate styling choice or simply an oversight, it transformed what might have been a minor cosmetic detail into a focal point for public debate and speculation. The impact of the photo went far beyond the procedure itself. It became a statement about authenticity, vulnerability, and the power of images to shape perception. Ultimately, it sparked a national conversation about beauty standards, transparency in media, and the politics of appearance, forcing many to reconsider what is real, what is edited, and what we choose to reveal. The Leavitt photo controversy is part of a much larger trend, one that's transforming the very image of power in the nation's capital. It's the rise of the so-called Mar-a-Lago face in D.C., a look that's become both a status symbol and a political statement. Since Trump's return to the political spotlight, a bold, glamorous aesthetic has swept through Washington, replacing the city's traditional restraint with a new kind of visual confidence. The understated, practical style that once defined D.C. is giving way to something far more eye-catching. Plastic surgeons and med spa owners describe the look in detail: overfilled cheeks, plump lips, and taut, almost flawless skin. These features are achieved with a cocktail of fillers, injectables, and cosmetic procedures that have become increasingly popular among the city's elite. Botox, lip fillers, and other enhancements are now routine, with appointments booked weeks in advance. The pursuit of perfection is relentless, and the results are unmistakable. This style, completed with dramatic, expertly applied makeup, signals a new power aesthetic, one that's unapologetically confident, assertive, and designed to stand out in any room. It's a look that's closely aligned with the Trump brand: bold, glamorous, and impossible to ignore. For many, it's a way to visually declare allegiance to a particular political movement. For decades, D.C. women favored understated looks, minimal makeup, conservative suits, and subtle accessories to keep the focus on their work and avoid drawing attention to their appearance. The Mar-a-Lago face flips that script entirely, using appearance as a tool of self-expression, personal branding, and even political alignment. It's about making a statement before you even say a word. Adopting this look can signal loyalty to the administration, a kind of visual uniform for those in the inner circle, and a way to stand out in the city's competitive social and political scene. For Karoline Leavitt, embracing this style isn't just a personal choice. It's part of her professional role as a representative of the administration, projecting strength and confidence to the public. The speculation about her lips isn't just about vanity. It's a reflection of a broader cultural shift, where beauty, politics, and media coverage are more intertwined than ever before. The look of power in Washington is changing, and as the Mar-a-Lago face takes center stage, it's making headlines, sparking debate, and redefining what it means to look like a leader in the nation's capital. The focus on Leavitt's lips didn't start with Vanity Fair. Earlier that month, President Trump publicly praised her beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, linking her professional skills to her appearance. Trump's comments, typical of his style, put Leavitt's looks in the spotlight and set the stage for the photo controversy. In the Trump administration, image and branding are central. Appearance is part of the job. The president's praise reinforced the idea that a certain aesthetic is valued in his inner circle. When the Vanity Fair photo dropped, Trump's words were still fresh, making the lip filler speculation even more potent. The story became about more than cosmetic choices. It was about the intersection of image, power, and presidential expectations. Leavitt's appearance was now a matter of public and political discourse. Leavitt's controversy highlights the impossible standards women in politics face. They must be attractive but not vain, youthful but not artificial, always walking a tightrope. Men rarely face this level of scrutiny. For women, every detail is dissected. The focus on Leavitt's lips, not her work, is a classic example of this double bind. High-definition media and social platforms amplify the pressure to appear flawless. The very tools women use to meet expectations, makeup, procedures, become sources of criticism. The debate over Leavitt's photo forces us to confront our biases and ask, why is a woman's cosmetic choice newsworthy? It's a reminder of the unfair standards that distract from women's achievements in power. Social media exploded when the photo dropped, dividing users instantly. Critics mocked the injection marks, using the image to attack Leavitt and the Trump administration. Some accused Vanity Fair of a hit job, arguing the photo was chosen to embarrass her. The debate quickly shifted to media ethics and bias. Supporters defended Leavitt, calling the focus on her appearance sexist and irrelevant. Many women expressed solidarity, pointing out the hypocrisy of beauty standards. Others argued the controversy was a distraction from real political issues. The polarized reactions showed how a single image can ignite broader cultural and political battles. The White House's issues with Vanity Fair went beyond the photo. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles was quoted controversially, prompting a swift, united response from Wiles and Leavitt. Wiles denounced the article as a biased hit piece, claiming her comments were taken out of context. Leavitt echoed this, focusing on defending Wiles and the administration rather than addressing her own controversy. Their strategy shifted the narrative from personal attacks to media bias. Leavitt's response reinforced her role as the mouthpiece, projecting unity and strength. The administration's message was clear. They wouldn't be rattled by what they saw as a politically motivated attack. The Leavitt lip filler saga is a case study in the realities of public life today. In the age of social media, private choices become public controversies overnight. The Mar-a-Lago face signals a shift in political image-making, but it comes with new risks and scrutiny. Leavitt and the White House managed the crisis by reframing it as media bias, not personal scandal. This allowed them to control the narrative and rally supporters. The story is about more than one photo. It's about the pressures and expectations on public figures. In the political spotlight, every detail matters, and managing image is as crucial as policy. Leavitt's experience is a testament to the resilience required to survive and thrive in public life. The incident reminds us, in today's world, image and power are inseparable.